Greetings, comrades! Today we will see how we in Bulgaria prepare meatloaf. And this meatloaf actually has a name, and it's a girl. We call it Stefani or Stefani or something like that. In Bulgaria it's Stefani. And I'm not sure why this meatloaf is called like that. Let me check. Well, I made a quick research in Wikipedia and basically we stole it from the Hungarians. Sorry for that.
Той за унгарците изобщо не е вярно. Той е на баба ти Стефка наименовано от село. Тя го измисли. 48 година беше като го измисли. Закла козата Пенка. Я направи на кайма и след това и на руло и да.
They call it Stefania, and when we translate it to our language, it's Stefani. So yeah, we stole it from them. But I consider it as part of our cuisine because since I was a small Slav boy, we always prepared it at home and it was a staple. I mean, it was either fried kotlets, kufteta, or raw Stefani on Sunday. Basically one of these two, there were no other options. We typically in the middle add eggs, carrots, pickles, some people add mushrooms, peas, stuff like that, but I'll stick to the basics for today and I will show you the traditional way we prepare it. We also will add some kashkaval, of course, because kashkaval is awesome. It's very easy to prepare. You can prepare it with any type of minced meat. I use turkey meat this time, but it works with pork also or with pork and beef mixture. So feel free to use whatever you enjoy. It will work perfectly fine. With that said, let's see how this meatloaf with a name is prepared. We start the meatloaf by getting some carrots, of course. What should you do with a meatloaf? Just add some carrots in. Great idea. Jokes aside, we need to boil 2 carrots, just as a stuffing for our meatloaf. After that, we start with the real meatloaf by preparing the minced meat. I have some minced meat here from a turkey and I have some bread slices which I will soak in water. In the mince, I add some egg whites because I didn't have eggs. I boiled them for the meatloaf and I had only egg whites, so I add egg whites around 70 grams. Now we add some spices. I start by adding some summer savory because summer savory is awesome. I add some garlic flakes and onion flakes. I add some parsley, dried parsley and some cumin and of course some salt, and I will just use my hand to mix everything well. Mix until all the spices are incorporated with the minced meat and with the egg white and leave aside. Now we need to remove the excess water from our bread until it becomes like that, and you just sprinkle it over the minced meat. This would basically remove some of the excess liquid and make our meatloaf with a nice consistency. It turned out that I had a very low amount of bread and it was still wet, so I added some breadcrumbs. You can go only with breadcrumbs, by the way, it would totally work. Meanwhile, we boil some eggs, as I said, and we need to peel them. This would be again part of our stuffing. I need 2 eggs. These were quite small eggs, so 2 of them would do the trick. Just peel them and make sure they are hard boiled and cut them in halves. The other preparation would be some kashkaval. I have some pieces of kashkaval here, which I again prepare for the stuffing. We also need some pickles, nice pickles. These are in the same time sweet and sour, which I very much enjoy. Here we have 1 boiled potato, which I'll cut in half and in half again. And this would be the final part of our stuffing. Now it's time to prepare the meatloaf itself. I have some foil here on which I put the minced meat on and I'll start spreading it like it should be spread thinly, but in the same time not very thinly because the meatloaf would break, which we don't want. To spread it, just wet your hand and smash the meat on the foil until something like a sheet of meat forms. Now, somewhere in the middle, just put the eggs. Near the eggs, put the kashkaval or any type of cheese you want. Put some carrots and the pickles. And I figured that these were very much in the middle, so I transferred them a little bit on the side. And with the help of the foil, start rolling.
Внимавай, като го навиваш, ще ни са пръсни. чиста ни на бъркана кайма с яйца.
Be very gentle and very precise with that, and do it slowly so your loaf won't break. The number one reason of that meatloaves is going fast with rolling them. This is scientifically proven. And roll it for some time and just leave it like that in the foil so it can settle. And you can even just leave it in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes. It would keep its form after that. After you take it out of the fridge, just put it on a baking tray or a sheet, and I would call that mission a success. It didn't break.
Бре, успя да го навиеш да го опечеш. Браво, бе!
Put some olive oil or sunflower oil on top and gently massage your meatloaf. This didn't sound quite nice, but yeah, who cares? Add some breadcrumbs on top, which will make our meatloaf a little bit crumbly and crunchy. Put it in the oven on 180 Celsius for around 35 to 40 minutes. And this is the final result of our meatloaf. Leave it to settle a little bit, don't cut it right away because it may fall apart. And let's see a cross section of it. Drum roll. Nice. The only thing is maybe that I didn't quite take the stuffing into the middle, but still it looks nice and it keeps its form, which is a success, I would say. It looks nice and let's taste it. Yep, the taste is nice also. So we are successful in our mission. Try not to eat it because we want to take some nice pictures for the thumbnail and to leave some meatloaf for babushka, of course. Here we serve it with some sun tomatoes, with some olive oil on top and some parsley, which would make the perfect lunch for me. And again, the cross section is quite nice, I should say. The Slav difficulty level of this meatloaf would be 3 out of 5, I guess, because the rolling process is quite complicated and you may mess up there, but the other things are quite easy. You just prepare some stuffing, you roll the thing and bake it, and you're good to go. And if some Stefani or Stefania is watching this video is especially for you. And here, take a bite, take from the tomato, it's just perfect. And now let's taste it. Finally, time for lunch, comrades. I will eat all of this. I added some potato salad on the side, just because I felt like it. By the way, soon expect some recipes for potato salad. I have 3 or 4 of them. I still don't know, but expect a video on that soon. And that's basically the taste of my childhood, to be honest. Babushka used to prepare this for the weekend. Meatloaf with some nice stuffings, maybe some tomato sauce on the side or just tomato salad, some mashed potatoes or this potato salad. This is basically a typical Slav lunch which we used to eat back in the day. And I hope you will enjoy it. Now I will eat all of this and probably go to sleep. Slav you next time.